UFG family, what up, though, y'all? What up, though? So, look, welcome to episode 4. As you can see, got my host, Lily, my co-host with me.
What's up, everybody?
It's your boy, DK. We in the house, man. So, let's get right into it, man. Y'all welcome. How was y'all week? Comment down below. Let us know how your week been going. So, first of all, we're going to touch on a few topics tonight. And one of the few topics is the sneaker release, right? So this past week, we had a few releases. Today is Sunday, what is it, the 15th? Mm-hmm. Sunday, December 15th. And we had a couple of releases this week, which was yesterday, December 14th, the Legend Blue 11s came out. So with that being said, the Legend Blue 11s released, they were $230 retail, which was a hefty price. And your boy passed on them, man. I did not get them. I got some things planned, and I just couldn't afford to get them yesterday. So, but what do y'all think? Y'all comment down below. Let me know what you think of those Legend Blue 11s, and what's your opinion on them? What you think?
Well, I like them. They're not my bread 11s, of course, but I did like the color. I liked, it's a good classic shoe. It's not too out there. I like my shoes a little more on the simple side. So, I give it a good 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a dope sneaker. I'm looking at it right now. Pretty dope sneaker, man. I mean, I had the 2011 version, the 2011 or 2013. I let KJ have them. Mm-hmm. I gave them to KJ. They were still in good condition. I wore them to 90's baby shower. 90 was still in your belly. Mm-hmm. So that was over 7 years ago, but almost 8 years ago. So, but they're dope. I like how they brought more blue out of the sole. The outsole is more of a, like that Legend Blue color. Mm-hmm. We used to call them the Columbias, but now they call them Legend Blue. So, but that outsole is dope. Got to see them in person. Buck hit on them. Congratulations to you, Buck. Buck hit on them, and I think he got them through the Flex app. I had a reservation with Finish Line, but, hey, man, that $230, that just hurt, bro. So, also this week coming up, we got and then too, just to touch on the Legend Blue, it is a Grail sneaker in my book because y'all know Grail sneakers to me are shoes that MJ actually wore. And he did wear those in the 96 All-Star game in San Antonio where he pulled the penny warm-ups off when they was announcing them in the game or whatever. But that was a dope game, dope performance. But he did wear them at that All-Star game. So it's a dope sneaker. I probably will circle back around and get it. I just got so much stuff lined up that's in the works that I couldn't allocate money for that. If I was to not do what I'm about to do, then I could have got them. But it's like, man, I got so much going on. I couldn't shell out that $230 for those. So sorry, y'all. I wanted to get y'all some content, but maybe next time. But I'll circle back and get them just to add them to the collection because those are dope. Then we got on December 18th, which is Wednesday, for a retail price of $210, we got the Blueberry 12s. So a lot of people got their thoughts. We kind of touched on it last week a little bit. What you think of the 12s, the Blueberry 12s?
12s in general, like I stated before, so far my experience with 12s they've hurt my feet.
Well, the Armand Manir 12 is a little bit different.
A little bit different
because they're made. The lining is different. They got different. Don't they got quilted on the inside? Because I got those too. She's the blueprint. But they made a little different than just your stock
regular
12s.
But in my experience, but so I'm not going to solely write them off of a different, like you said, it's a different constructed type of shoe. So I'm not going to write them off like that. The colorway though, not my favorite. It's kind of, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for the sneaker itself. I don't know. It doesn't tell me a story. So I'm not going to, unless there is a story that that I don't know. But
no, I mean, for those, I just look at it as they might have threw that colorway together because he played with the Wizards. He didn't wear those with the Wizards, but
is that a Wizards color though?
It's not necessarily a Wizards blue.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't tell me a story, so I don't really feel an attachment to them per se.
No, I hear you. How about I put my phone on silent? So with that being said, man, you got to those. I might pass on those. I don't need those. If I can catch them at the outlet for a decent price under retail.
I would say that's an outlet shoe.
Yeah, definitely an outlet shoe. I'll grab them then, but the hood love 12s, man. They might sell out. You never know with the ebb and flows of the sneaker world, you know, right now. So let's see. How about Darnell puts his phone on do not disturb, because I'm getting all these notifications all of a sudden when we start filming. So next, we have a shoe that I do want. So next Saturday, December 21st, the Travis Scott Velvet Brown Jordan 1s come out. Now, I do want those.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to have them, but I want those.
Yeah.
$150, not a bad retail price.
Resale price, on the other hand.
Resale right now, let's see. Let's look at the resale. Right now, resale a 10.5, which is my size, $595, so $600. That dropped. It was in the high 900s, so it dropped tremendously. It might drop a little bit more. The Jumpman Jack trainers. Let's look at those. So the Jumpman Jack trainers, I still want those. It's a new sneaker. It's a new silhouette. It's not, a Jordan with the backward swoosh on it. It's a totally different sneaker. It's at $350 for a 10.5. So I suppose the Velvet Brown is going to come down to that range, maybe that $350, $400 range, and kind of hang out there. I doubt it. I don't know. But right now, it's still early. So
it's a very nice looking sneaker. It's kind of predominantly dark colors, which people like to gravitate to.
Brown, man, I like that.
But that brown also, Travis is known for having those neutral earth tones.
Yeah.
And you can't go
wrong. And it comes with pink laces too. So
you see, so it has that nice contrast to it. It's it's a great looking sneaker. So that's a good one in my book.
I want that sneaker, but I doubt if I even have available ends for it at that time. It's just a real inconvenient time right now with a lot of stuff coming out. I wish this stuff was more convenient for my finances, but it's not. So
sacrifices.
Yeah. So I'll try to circle back and get those, but might not have too much fortune with those. And then too, we have let's see here, on the 19th, the day after the Blueberries release, Thursday, you got the Air Force 3 Nego. So it's a collab.
Air Force had a 3s.
Yeah, for sure. There's an Air Force 1.
Right. I've only known Air Force 2s.
And there's Air Force 3.
I did not know that.
Those are the Nego.
Every day, y'all.
Nego and Chad and Pharrell, they used to be all together, in that world. But
it's a little chunky on the
midsole. They they are very chunky.
Are they a skater shoe? Because I don't know. They kind of
do look like skater shoes, don't they?
Kind of skater shoe type vibe to it. From where I can see this perspective that I'm looking at it.
So the colorway is a Baroque Brown and Pecan. They release December 19th on the Sneakers app for $150. They decent. I wouldn't mind putting those in my collection. It really depends on from here. Colors. From here, it looks decent, but I need to see the shoe because it's different when you look at a sneaker and look at a shoe, as opposed to looking down at it while it's on your feet and how it feels, and
like the silhouette of your foot.
Because I don't like shoes to make my feet look fat. I don't like my shoes to make my feet look long. If I look down at it and it looks weird, I don't know.
That's how I am with certain sneakers, with certain pants. Like I don't like skinny jeans with certain types of shoes. I don't like boot cut jeans with a certain kind of sneaker. So yeah, I totally feel your sentiment on that one.
Yeah, man. So
I do like the colors though. That green.
The colors are dope. It's got like a forest green, that Baroque brown, and it looks like it's a couple different materials in here too. It's like a caramel brown, then a Baroque brown, that dark brown, and it's a couple different materials. The laces are like the sail kind of. So it's a decent shoe. It looked better than that other one. I don't know if you've seen the other one. The other one's like a Voltron color, like a whole bunch of rainbow colors. It was like, I'm cool on that.
It's a little too loud.
Yeah, it was too much going on with that one. So, but those release Thursday on the 19th. Just kind of backtrack, and then on the 23rd, which is the following Monday after the Travises come out. Next Monday, you got the Wizard of Oz SB Dunks. I'm cool. I'm cool on those.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm kind of straight on those, but I can see
that's
that
a little
being,
too much going on for me.
I
man.
can see that being a very hype shoe right now because of the success of Wicked, of the movie.
The movie Wicked.
It depends on the
and
demographic.
Then you got a lot of SB Dunk fans. So
yeah, so
people who like dunks, hey, all the
I
more
can see
to
those
you.
at SneakerCon next year. People wearing those.
Yeah,
at SneakerCon.
I definitely see a couple people wearing these. I mean, it's not a bad shoe. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's a little too much going on with it. A lot of pattern, a lot of colors, a lot of I'm cool. That ain't really my swag, but it's a cool shoe. 135, Monday, December 23rd on the Sneakers app. Y'all check it out. Wizard of Oz SB Dunks. So I think that'll round out basically the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So upcoming, y'all should see my top 10 sneakers of the year, which it's my top 10. It's not the sneaker of the year. It's not it's not nothing of that sort. It's what I picked up, what I decided. And it'll all be shoes that I have in hand. It won't be just like, oh, those were cool and looking at a picture of them. So it'll be my top 10 or 12 or how many ever I decide to do pick up for 2024. If y'all, all my day ones, y'all know I do this at the end of every year. This will be my third or fourth time doing this. Fourth time, maybe.
Yeah,
third or fourth.
Yeah, YouTube. We've been doing it for 4 years.
Yeah, so we'll check it out and we'll see what we got going on with that. So
make sure you guys are subscribed.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are following along and hit those notification bells so that way when he does drop that video, you guys will be notified in a timely manner. So
with that being said, a good segue. We're talking about top 10 sneakers. This last week, my brother Bimma is a real cool dude that I'm cool with. I like Bimma. I like the energy that he brings. He does so much for the culture. So and he's opened the door. And then he cool, man. Like just on a one-on-one, like he cool people, man. So he did y'all know the whole fiasco with Bimma and Lil Yachty
all that,
at the Complex Con sneaker thing. And Complex Con, so I got my own thoughts about Complex Con. So I'm not going to bash Complex Con. I ain't going to say Complex Con, but Complex, right? That division of the sneakers. That dude, Joe, I don't like that dude, Joe. You heard it here first. I'm sorry. I don't like that dude. The other two cats, like, man, they all right, I guess, man. But neither here nor there, bro. I can't go too hard on Complex because the homie Aria Hughes works for Complex.
That's true.
She's the homie. She's dope. Great young lady. Did an amazing interview with James. But at the end of the day, man,
it's an acquired
their
taste.
top 10 is trash, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like there is no, see, and this is what I would like to really just kind of put out there to y'all. There's no one voice in the sneaker culture, right? There's no one at the top of the sneaker culture food chain that's like, that's the number one sneaker.
Right.
Like there's no one voice. And that's what makes the sneaker culture beautiful and dynamic is the diversity of it. Like if one person loves J Tips and then one person loves the reimagined threes and then one person loves the black cement threes and then one person loves the Asics whatever or the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance, dog.
Or are we to say like, oh, my number one's better than yours? Number one. Yeah.
Right. How you gonna tell me what I like?
Right.
And you can't speak for everybody. You can't say, oh, this is what the culture's feeling. You're not Kendrick. You feel me? You can't say that. You can't say, oh, the number one shoe is the Anthony Edwards AE1. That's cool. The shoe looks good.
Yeah.
It's a good looking shoe. It's good for performance. It's a basketball shoe. The marketing rollout was good. You know what I'm saying? His colorways, I mean, he done hit every color on the spectrum. I mean, how many colorways we gonna do before we get an AE2?
Right.
I mean, we gonna have AE1 2 years in a row? Like, I guess. I mean, milk it.
Right.
Milk it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Milk
kind of
it.
thing right now.
But at the end of the day, you can't tell me that's the sneaker of the year.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily like that sneaker for me. Mm-hmm. I like to look at it. Oh, that's decent. That's dope.
And
Buck
like
got a pair.
And like you said, it's a performance shoe. And usually you don't really
I don't hoop in Adidas, bro. I don't hoop in nothing but Nike or Jordan. That's it.
What I was trying to say is you don't necessarily gravitate towards performance shoes right now. You're more of a lifestyle shoe. Yeah. More of a and not to say that you don't buy any performance shoes. It's just
I just gravitate performance shoes in
gravitate towards more of the lifestyle, something you can wear easily.
But at the end of the day, it is. I mean, it's becoming a lifestyle shoe as well. You see people rocking them. Buck rock them. Mm-hmm. Buck got a pair of AE1s, and they're dope. They're dope. I told him when I seen him wearing them, I'm like, dang, them dope. I ain't even know you had them. He was like, yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, man, it's like you can't tell me that that's the number one shoe. There's no one voice in the sneaker culture,
right.
And I hate when dudes feel like that, they give you all these, big words and all these marketing terms, schoolboy, college boy terms, which, hey, look, good for you guys, right? But you can't quantify that into the sneaker culture. You can't. You can only speak for yourself, bro. Mm-hmm. And that panel at Complex Con, that's not the face of the culture.
Right.
They've been doing stuff for so long and they did this. Kudos to them. But that doesn't speak for the whole culture.
In my opinion, the way that they should have brought it around would be like the editor's picks. Like if this person, this is their top 10. Yeah. This is their top 10.
It could be different.
You could have left that as an open-ended conversation instead of, this is the top 10 and that's
Sneaker of the year.
Sneaker of the year or whatever.
Everybody's like living and dying on their word. What they, and like Bimma said, they're seeking validation from the audience. It's like, that's your top 10, then that's your top 10.
Right.
Don't try to, buy us into it. To me, I think they culture vultures. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. Right? That's my opinion. I think they probably were in tune with the culture, but they got so big that they lost touch with the culture.
A little bit of a sellout situation.
Yeah, man. Because when you got videos, let's go sneaker shopping with people who don't even really like sneakers, but you're shopping with them because of their celebrity status.
Right.
It's like, dog, that's not us. That's not the culture. Why not, since you have that huge platform, why not highlight people that's up and coming in the sneaker culture, that really live by the sneaker culture, that's really out here doing it and trying to make it? No, you want to get a guy that got 5 million followers on YouTube, and this dude coming to your jump with Astro Boy boots, and he's making jokes the whole time on what sneakers he don't buy, and you can't even take him serious. Like, dog, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, y'all making the mockery of the culture, because it's like you want those clicks and views. Who don't, right?
Right.
That means the more clicks and views you got, the more dollar signs, right? Mm-hmm. I get it. It's a business. But at the same time, don't sit there and do that and then turn around and make it like, we're the voice of the people. No, you're not.
You can't have it both ways.
Like no, you're not.
This way,
either commercialize yourself and just be completely that, or come back to the people and be completely that, which you can't do that because none of y'all are. Y'all not the culture. Mm-hmm. So that's why I call them culture vultures. You feel me? They're using our culture for revenue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you put, out of all these sneakers came out this year, they had the Kobe girl dads on there. And it's like, I love those sneakers, but they're not in the top 10 of this year, bro. Like, they had so many sneakers on there that shouldn't have been on there.
It was more probably of a sentimental thing.
And it was.
And it's like,
they playing to a certain.
Don't use that.
Yeah, bro.
Don't use that as a crutch, because if Kobe, he wouldn't have won that either way. I'm pretty sure Vanessa did an eye roll when she seen that too.
She probably ain't paying no attention to that. Vanessa like, whatever.
But
But the touch on Bimma's though.
Yeah, so, that's what I was about to say. Let's circle back to Bimma's.
So Bimma, he did a top 10, but he put his own spin on it, because we know Bimma's, his whole thing is collabs, right? He always critiques different collabs. And with Bimma putting so much in the game and he's been in the sneaker industry on the retail side, behind the scenes, He's worked for Nike. He's had a shoe with, he had a collab with Saucony, which I have a pair. All that, like in his rollout, his marketing.
He's doing the work.
He's doing the work. He understands. He gets it. He understands the bare bones of, the ethos of the culture. He gets it, right?
Right.
So that's his thing. He does, hey, collab. He calls everybody his collab cousins, right? So he did a top 10 collab of the year, which I felt like, okay, now we talking.
Right. That's a different,
Because you're trimming out a little, some sneakers, you pushing a little to the side, so the collab, and then he had voices of the culture, right? Now, everybody he had on this list that he had give their certain picks, I'm not like a huge fan of everybody on that list, but it's a couple people on that list that I highly respect, right? And that I highly listen to, like, okay.
Right.
Their
opinion on something is something.
Yeah, just for example, Dre the Shoe God. Dre the Shoe God was on there. My man Kari, he was on there. It was a couple people on there because I don't want to start naming people and I forget somebody.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to Bimma for that, man. That was dope. I think the number one pick was the Kids of Immigrants Nike Thunder. That was the number one collab, which was true, man. That has so much motion surrounding that release, and the so marketing,
much layers, and so much.
Yeah,
like,
it was dope. So then
great.
the theme behind it, like the darker pair is like the sunset, which the immigrants see, and then they have another pair look like the sunrise. So it's like an orange pair. So I think they did an excellent job with that release. I think that was a good pick. It wouldn't have been my first pick, but it was a dope pick. I think a lot of picks he had up there were great. The Nina Chanel Abneys was on there. It was a bunch. It was a lot that went with it, and I just thought it was dope. I thought what Bimma did, kind of like, all right, Complex, y'all want to make a fool and mockery out of me? Boom. Now he did the Kendrick. I'm with the culture feeling.
Exactly.
Right?
He did the whole promo for this top 10. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, go to Bimma's profile.
Yeah,
on
man.
Instagram.
Go check him out.
Go check him out. It was great marketing on his end. It was
genius.
It was genius.
It was genius.
It was very genius.
And when it happened, the whole thing with him and Yachty happened. When I seen it, I instantly text Bimma like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that's wrong, bro. They wrong for that. Because I felt like personally that they should have put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't have let him go. Okay, if he has something to say, slick, all right, say yo, what I'm saying? But when you start talking like when you being inappropriate, and you're being like totally disrespectful.
There's no place for that here.
That's when the moderator, the Complex guys, they should have got up there, Joe egging it on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when they should have put a kibosh to that, like, hey, no, you're not doing that. That's not a good look.
Right.
But they thought it was funny. They thought they played that whole, but see, they shot themselves in the foot with that. Because really what they did, they separated themselves from the culture.
And people, they exposed themselves.
The people. Really. Yeah. They separated
were
themselves.
Like, you know what?
And it made them look really bad when Yachty came back and Bimma came back and squashed it.
Yeah.
That made it look real bad.
Because it was like, look at what y'all did, but what y'all tried to do.
And you egged it on, right.
And it came back to bite y'all in the butt. So, I mean, but
shout out to Bimma, man. That top 10 collab was dope. I lost my thought
for a second. But for that it was great how he marketed his top 10 collabs.
That was dope.
How everything with the whole Complex Con finally fizzled out, everything, but at the end of the day, like you said, to drive home that point, nobody has that final say.
Yeah, it's
not
one voice.
Person. It doesn't matter how many sneakers you have. It doesn't matter what you collect. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the game. Nobody has more of a right to say that this is it and that's that, than the next person. So, I mean, you guys go with what you like, stick with what you know, and just keep it moving.
And that's the beauty of the sneaker culture. The true sneaker culture isn't just having all Travis Scott's, Off-Whites, all the hype stuff. I'm near kids of immigrants. That's not the true sneaker culture. That's a part of it because we love that stuff, right? We love the pieces that's not widely, accessible.
Yeah, like that.
We like that, right? We like to go into a room. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
I like to walk in a room or an event where there's hundreds of people there and I'm the only one with these pair of sneakers on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool to me.
Yeah.
Because that means I stand out. I'm an individual. I'm not trying to look like or be like anybody else. So we all love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us want to look like the masses. Some of us want to look like, oh, that's the new hot shoe. Let me go get one. Some people have that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're less of a sneakerhead or sneaker collector because you like shoes that a lot of people have.
Right.
A lot of people have Air Force Ones.
I mean, that's their whole goal. These are these companies' goals is for the mass to like them.
To like it, right.
So you're not the odd one out if you like it.
But you got so many and you got so many bad apples in a bunch that spoil it for people who maybe are on the outside of the culture and looking like, man, I wish I was accepted. It's like you are. All you got to do is love the culture, genuinely love the culture, respect it, and then have a genuine love for sneakers. That's it. You don't have to be some big name. You don't have to have this huge platform. You don't have to have $1 million collection. You don't have to have that. If you do have those things, then great. That's wonderful. But you don't, that's not like a prerequisite. That's not like something you have to be accepted in this culture, right? So I hate that kind of connotation and that look because you can, the fact of the matter, the beauty of the sneaker culture is everybody accepted. We love everybody, right? You are individual and there's variety. And the variety of it, that's just like, I don't want to get religious, but it's just like God. God created multiple different races. He didn't just create one race. He didn't just create us without sight of color, where everything is black and white. We could have lived a sufficient life and not see color. But no, we see variety. We taste variety. We have, you know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of the culture. It's like, it's not just one cookie cutter sneaker, like you have to be this to be in the sneaker culture. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
And when they try to mold your mind into that, like, hey, you have to. That's where it's like, no, bro.
Like, wait, hold on, time out.
Yeah, no, that's a flagrant foul. You don't do that, man. So that's one of the things that I just want to get across to my listeners that's either like looking at the sneaker culture from the outside looking in, or even if you in the sneaker culture, my brothers and sisters that's out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, and we've had this discussion in our, in our groups. There's no one voice, man. There's no one voice. No one voice powers another just because of the collection and whatever. So y'all just don't believe the hype, right? So don't fall down that. It's all about what you like. Whatever you like, that's what it is, right?
That's what it is.
That's what it is because it's what you like. It's all about you, your individuality, man. Be yourself. Like what you like. Don't care what nobody else like. If you like hype stuff and just hype stuff only, then like that. But just realize that don't make you above somebody else who maybe like all GR stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just
know your place.
Just know your role, bro.
Yeah.
Like no one person is bigger than the culture. Understand that. Just like in basketball, no one person is bigger than the game. Right. And that's except for Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
And that's a great segue because our next topic in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about the NBA.
The NBA.
And for those of y'all who probably are not familiar, there is an in-season tournament that started, a year or 2 years ago?
Last
year. Okay, so we have an in-season tournament. I don't know the rules per se, but it's just a tournament within the season, and then they win this trophy and everything. So go ahead, break it down for us.
They break the league down. What is it, 32 teams or 30 teams? They break the teams down into 30 teams. They break the 30 teams down into groups. So they have a series of group plays on certain days throughout the season, which counts towards your regular season record, but it's also counts towards your, tournament record. So they have group plays, and as the group plays, I think maybe 5 games, 4 or 5 games, they take out the best teams in each group and they build a bracket, right? So Group A plays Group B, Group C plays Group D. You know what I'm saying? They break it down like that. And it's just like a college tournament, one and done, you know. So now we're at the championship, which will be Tuesday the 17th at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. It's the in-season championship with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I see what Adam Silver has done, why he created this, instituted this. Well, I know it ain't just him. It's a board of people and they have to come to an agreement, you know. But I see why the NBA instituted this to try to kind of bring back some. And like the last game, the semifinal game, I think every player got like, if they won, they got like 100,000.
So I think, yeah.
So even the 12th man on a bench who probably making 400,000 in a year, I get 100,000 out the gate. Let's win this game, you know. Right. So that will rise the level of competition. You know, that money will make the needle move for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
real quick before we get into it, when they had asked Giannis, this kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but maybe because just my mindset, they had asked him about that 100,000 bonus. And they're like, yeah, you got 100,000 bonus. What do you think about that? And then he just kind of looked at her. He's like, well, the rich get richer. And he just walked away. And I was like,
yeah, that's a little tone deaf,
that's
Giannis.
A little tone deaf, Giannis. So.
Coming from somebody that came from very, very humble beginnings. Right. We watched your life story, you know, so.
And for you to say,
I didn't hear him say that, but yeah, that's very tone deaf, bro. You got to read the room, bro. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, Giannis.
Yeah, go ahead. Go on with your.
Yeah, he got that Nike contract. He don't even see NBA money. He's spending endorsement money. He got a ring, you know. But at the end of the day, you got to be smarter than that, bro. You can't. That's a little tone deaf, bro. That's a little tone deaf right there.
Giannis, I like you, man.
Yeah, I like Giannis, but come on, man. We keep it real over here, though. I don't care, man. Like, come on, bro.
But anyway, go ahead.
So with the tournament, I see why they put it in to pause. I see why they instituted the tournament in the NBA, because they have to bring back a level of competition, and the viewership is down.
That's
right?
going to be our next segment. Yes,
viewership is down a lot, guys.
We're going to talk about that.
Like, I didn't pull the statistics up, but I'm just kind of spitballing. I think the viewership is down 58%.
Wow.
From last year.
Half of the viewers more than half of the viewers from last year are not watching as much this year. I'll be honest, I haven't really been tuning in either. Yeah,
I haven't either. It's down 28%. Okay, so NBA ratings are down 48% since 2012. NBA ratings are down 48% since 2012. They're down 28% this year alone. So that's still big, bro.
Years?
That's still, it's been 48% over the last 12 years.
12 years.
But just from last year to this year,
that's 28.
That's 28%. So you see that dip?
Yeah.
That's a huge dip, man.
What are your thoughts?
So thoughts on that. Did you want to go around the NBA first before we dig into that, or you want to just go ahead and jump into the viewership?
Let's go ahead and just jump into the
viewership topic.
Yeah.
So my thoughts on that. All right, it's pretty simple, but it's also a little complex, right? So viewership is down because the game is boring.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what factors could be contributing?
The game is boring, right? The game is not exciting as it used to be, because I feel like the level of competition, for one, I feel like guys take nights off a lot, even on the court. Like not just like, you know, oh, he's not playing because he got a sore pinky finger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm saying on the court, they taking the night off. They're like, they don't care.
They're not playing defense.
I think a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of that, and not everybody. So I don't want to misconstrue. There's 30 teams and there's 400 players in the NBA. I'm not saying every team and every player is like this, right? But the majority outnumbers the minority, which makes the entire encompass NBA look a certain way.
Right.
You feel me? So I think the game is boring for one, money.
Mm-hmm.
Money has ruined the game. Like, I'm not against these players making millions of dollars, whatever. Juan Soto just signed a contract. I know this is baseball, but Juan Soto just signed a contract, 15 years, like $750 million, which kind of breaks down to like $51 million per year. It's ridiculous, right? $51 million a year breaks down to like $1 million a week. Like 1.5 million per week is getting directly deposited into. So just imagine, I get paid every 2 weeks at my job. So does my wife, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine if I got paid 1.5 a week. So every payday, I'm getting $3 million directly deposited into my account every 2 weeks. That's ridiculous. So it just gets to a point now where when you got so much money,
mm-hmm. What do you got to work for? What do you got to work for?
Just like in college, these NIL. These college students are making $5 million.
What do they got to make?
What you got to come to the league for?
That's why I'm a big advocate for caps in college.
They definitely need a cap.
They need a cap in college. Get their money. Yeah, of
get
course.
y'all money. Nobody's hating on that, right?
But there needs to be a cap to keep some of the integrity still intact.
Yeah, nobody's hating on anybody making money, right? It's enough money out here for everybody to
mm-hmm.
have it, right?
Right.
It's not that. The fact of the matter is, now that money plays such a huge contributing factor,
mm-hmm.
these guys are like, what do I need to break my back for?
Right.
I don't feel like playing in the June. I'm ready to take my family on vacation. Or if they single, I'm ready to go be out here in the streets. I'm for the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to spend some of this money I made all year.
Right.
A lot of these guys ain't cut like that, man. And that's the generation of basketball that we're used to, that grew up in the 80s and the 90s. We're used to that because their contracts, again, the cost of living was so cheap back then that MJ was making like $2 million a year, but he still was flying private. He still had a mansion. He still had these things he didn't want for anything.
Right.
But that's because the cost of living was so low. So the NBA contracts wasn't like on no crazy $260 million for 5 years. Like, it wasn't crazy like that because it's like they had something to play for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in that generation, everybody wanted to be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to be a champion. Magic wanted to be a champion. Bird wanted to be a champion.
With their team.
You know what I'm saying? MJ wanted to be a champion. The Bad Boys wanted to be a champion. They wanted championship. It was like, that's what everybody tuned in for. I remember being a kid collecting basketball cards. That's what it was about. Like, that team that you sitting on a bus with your homeboys going to school. You got your Trapper Keeper, mm-hmm. and you got your NBA collection. Hoop cards, and you turning the page. You got the Bulls, you got the Knicks, you got all these different, and you predicting
mm-hmm.
who the team gonna win this year. Y'all already know how I was. I was MJ all day, so I always was like MJ. But I still had friends that loved the Sonics. I had friends that loved the Knicks. My boy Ian, I grew up with, he's from New York. He loved Patrick Ewing. Ewing was his guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to have debates, but everybody wanted to win a championship, bro.
That's literally the whole point of these sports.
Nah, the media done diminished championships so much,
right,
to coddle certain people.
Mm-hmm.
They done diminished it so much that it's like championships. I heard Gilbert Arenas, which is this dude is the most ridiculous.
On the list. He's on the list, guys.
I don't like to call people names, but this dude is an idiot, bro. They were having a conversation about Kobe Bryant, and he diminished Kobe winning 3 rings because he played with Shaq. Like, okay, Shaq played with Penny. He didn't win.
Right.
Like, he said Kobe was a co-star, or he was a sidekick. Kobe wasn't no sidekick. The Lakers in 2000, 2001, and 2002, that 3P Lakers, they was the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq was Superman and Kobe was Batman. That ain't no sidekick, bro.
Right.
That's a fellow superhero. So Gilbert Arenas, when you talk that stupid talk like that, dog, I don't get it, bro. Like, that's what they have done.
Yeah.
They have diminished winning championships.
And like how we talked about last week, it's more the individual stats now.
That's what it's about now.
It's not an individual sport though, because without your teammates, you wouldn't be able to have those individual stats. So
it's sad, man.
I would definitely say that money is a contributor to the viewership.
And then
the way that they play.
The style of play. That's where I was going next. Mm-hmm. The style of play. So a lot of people, everybody knows MJ, right? But my other favorite player, my second favorite player of all time, well, he's in a battle, man. I got it. It's between him.
2A and 2B. Who's 2A and 2B?
Yeah. Him and Allen Iverson, man. It's Steph Curry, right? So Steph, everybody who know me. I've been on the Steph train way before he even came in the NBA. I used to call him Dale Curry's son. I ain't never called him Steph Curry. But anyway, a lot of people say Steph ruined the game. Mm-hmm. And he kind of did.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
When it first happened, it was like, oh, this
it was
is
a
great.
Phenomenon.
It was, oh my God, we've never seen anything like this before. And it was great.
It was a phenomenon because he was doing it.
Right. But now
everybody's trying to do it. And it's like, you're not Steph, man.
Yeah.
Like, the 3-point attempt has gone up so much that Luka, I love Luka Doncic game. Mm-hmm. I think Luka's a dog. I think he's unstoppable on the offensive end. I think defense, he's one of them guys, he'll take defense off. He ain't, he ready to take the ball out the net after you make it. Like, he ain't playing no D. But I think offensive-wise, he's unstoppable. But these guys, they like Luka, for instance, Luka can shoot 2 for 14 from 3. And he'll hit that second 3 and be running down the court shimmying like,
I made that, yeah.
Like,
dude, you're 2 for whatever.
You 2 for 14, bro. Like, that's where we at now.
Right.
We're at that point now in the game where it's so boring because all they do, the style of play, is drive, kick. You have a few guys that's different. Anthony Edwards, he got his moments. He get caught into the Steph Curry whirlwind where he want to shoot 15 threes in the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you hitting, you hitting. But it's like, that's what the game has, I guess, evolved to or declined to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, depending on your perspective and how you look at it.
It's just it's too much. Let me shoot this 3.
Right.
And I blame, and I'm not blaming Steph as it's his fault because he maximized his talent, right? He's not 6'6", flying through the air, big hands, can float and super athletic. So he maximized what he can do in his play style.
Right.
So
it worked for him.
And that worked for him.
Right.
But the thing about it, bro, you got and then analytics. Mm-hmm. They telling you, these coaches hire to spend all this good money. These organizations spend all this good money for a person that don't have no clue about basketball to sit at a computer and talk to them about analytics. Oh, you should shoot more 3s. 3 is better than 2. So the mid-range, just forget the mid-range game.
Right.
Forget the mid-range. Just shoot 3s or dunks or layups.
Or try to get the foul. I think that's another one that's kind of ruined.
No, they don't even like fouls. Because it's analytics. They want 3 or easy 2. You feel me? And that's what the game is. The game, Kobe Bryant said it best, man. Before he died, they interviewed Kobe. He said it's accidental offense. Mm. There's no real schemes, man. Everybody switching. Screen and roll, high screen and roll, you switching. What you switching for?
Right.
That's all it is now. It's high screen and roll. The Warriors, they play a good movement. That's Steve Kerr, because Steve Kerr implements a piece of the triangle. He implements some of
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of what's the Spurs coach? I can't.
Greg Popovich.
Popovich. He implements some of Pop's system and some of Phil's system, right? And kind of made his own.
Right.
And then he maximized the talent that he had with Steph and Clay and Draymond. So, but my thing is, bro, it's just like everybody can't play that way. Mm-mm. And now what we're looking at a bad product on TV. These guys, they cry babies. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's so much flopping. It's so much, you know, oh, I want to go play with this person. Oh, this person need to play with you know, oh man, we need more people on this. And no, you know, it's too much of that.
I was gonna say character development. That's not the right subject. There's no player development. They're not trying to make their players better. They're trying to phase out the ones that are not doing so good and get the good ones on their team instead. So instead of trying to develop their player to become better, they're like, well, let's get Dennis Schroeder on our team because the rest of our team sucks. You know, for those who don't know, Dennis Schroeder went to the Golden State Warriors.
Y'all know we Warriors fans. So one thing I say about the Schroeder trade is that we got rid of a injured person, right? We only lost Melton, okay? And Melton was balling before he got hurt again. It's like, dude, can you stay healthy?
Right. Which I get it's a business, but at the same time, it's like
Schroeder ain't moving the needle for me, bro.
No, he's not. It's not.
Okay, he good. He gonna have his moments.
We had to get then.
He gonna have his moments. He'll take some of the pressure off Steph because he handles the ball. But we need some more.
Right.
You know, they need to blow that team up, but unfortunately it ain't happening because there ain't nobody available. Nobody wants to come. They keep talking about LeBron coming over to Golden State. LeBron ain't gonna do that because he knows that will hurt his legacy.
And he knows that. With everything that he moved, what pieces he moved, his son go on that same team.
You made this mess in LA. You deal with it.
You deal with it.
You deal with it. Don't try to run now. Right. You got a new coach, your son, all that.
How bad of a look would it have been?
He know that.
LeBron
and that's
left.
why he's not gonna leave.
Right. If LeBron left after he did all of that,
he ain't going nowhere.
So
he ain't going nowhere. Steph don't want to play with him like that. No way.
Right.
Steph
He's even
clamoring.
said it himself. He's like, "Hey, look, it's nice in the All-Star, but
we good. We want to go medal together. Right. That's cool."
So that is our little recap with the NBA right now. So still staying in with the sports talk. Let's talk about our Lions.
Well, let's talk about the NFL. We'll end with the Lions. So we'll give a rundown on the league.
Quick rundown. Let's give the people the scores.
So right now, again, this is Sunday. This is Sunday evening, the 15th, December 15th. Right now, Sunday Night Football. The Packers and Seahawks are in the third quarter with a minute and a half left, and the Packers are up 23-6 in Seattle. So that's deep. So let's run down. We'll start with our Thursday night game. Was the Rams and 49ers. Not a touchdown was scored. It was 6 field goals. 4 by the Rams and 2 by the Niners. 12-6. Then you got the Ravens and Giants. The Ravens smacked around the Giants 35-14. The Jets beat the Jaguars 32-25. The Cowboys beat the Panthers 30-14. The Commanders beat the Saints 20-19. So I'm going to stop there for a minute. So if y'all watch that game, the Commanders and Saints. So the Saints came back. Commanders was pretty much in control of that whole game. Saints came back, scored a touchdown at the end of the game, right? Instead of kicking the field goal
to go to overtime,
they tried to get the win.
They tried to go for
I don't understand the logic because it's not like you got playoff hopes.
Right.
The Saints ain't going to the playoffs. I don't get it. I guess that's the reason. They ain't got nothing to lose. They like, hey,
if we win, we win. If
but
we
it
don't,
was
then
to
it's
me
not gonna
that's
hurt
bad
us.
coaching. It's like, man, go ahead, kick the field goal, tie it up. Let's go into overtime, see what happens.
Right, give them a chance.
They go for 2 and didn't get it. Game time, 2019.
That's it.
Commanders. Shout out to my dog Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, he threw for 25 for 31, 226 and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
And then he rushed 11 times for 66 yards. So, I mean, that kid is he's the real deal Holyfield, man. I like Jaden Daniels a lot.
All-around player.
I like him a lot. He's so skinny, though. He need
a bulk up.
You know, he still got the little little baby face and everything, man. But I can see him being like an elite quarterback in the near future. So we move on. The Bengals and Titans. The Bengals pulled that one out 37-27. The Chiefs beat the Browns 21-7. Patrick Mahomes left that game early. He tweaked his ankle. So that's something
Who's
that
his backup? Carson Wentz.
I think Carson Wentz is the backup,
Yeah.
but baby goat, man.
Yeah.
That's gotta you might have to, let Carson ride out. I mean, they got the number 1 seed pretty much in the bag for the AFC.
Right.
What is it? It's 4 games left or 3 games left? How many games left is
Maybe
it?
let him sit out next game and just.
Yeah, I think I would let him.
Who they play next game?
I would let him. Let me look at the standings. So I think the Chiefs, they're 13-1, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they won today.
They won today, so they're there it is. So they're 13-1. So they have 14? So they have 3 games left. I'll let him sit out probably the next 2 games or the next game at least.
Who they play? Do you know who they play next game?
They are playing. I'll tell you right now. They playing the Texans at home.
Oh, see,
on a Saturday game. They play Saturday, the 21st.
That's
I would let him sit out, man.
CJ Stroud.
I'll let him sit out, man.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah. I'll let him sit out. Man, it depends on the magnitude of the ankle injury, right?
Yeah.
You can't risk baby goat not being there.
Right.
You need him in this stretch, man. So, so we'll see. Keep an eye on Patrick Mahomes' ankle, and then the Dolphins and Texans. Texans beat the Dolphins 20-12. Tua, man.
Oh yeah, that was. Come on, Tua.
Tua threw 3 picks that game.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm invested, right?
Yeah.
I have Tyreek Hill. I have Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane on my fantasy league. Achane got me some good points today, but Tyreek Hill only had like 3 catches for 36 yards, bro. It's like, and Tua threw like 2 out of his 3 picks targeting Tyreek Hill. And come on, man. Like Tua, they say he's so accurate. He's this and that. I really
I've yet to see that.
Never seen that from Tua. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's solid. I'm not saying that, but Tyreek Hill mixed me when he left the Chiefs and said Tua is the best quarterback he ever had. And then Mahomes went out and got a ring after you said that. He actually got 2 after you said that, my boy.
Hey, what's
so
the guy
he's working on 3
from The Last Dance when he's like,
the security guard,
he's shrugging.
Like he's working on number 3 since you said that,
right?
So
Eesh.
That's you mixed me with that one, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Man. My son love his game too. Yeah. He won a Tyreek Hill jersey, everything. He like Cheetah, but yeah, I ain't like him saying that. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
Yep.
So then you got the Colts and Broncos. The Broncos pulled that one off 31-13. I'm impressed with the Broncos, man. Your boy Bo Nix. Yeah. I like Bo, man. Bo be out there balling, bro. Bo was 20. Well, he ain't do that great today. He was 20 for 33, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 picks. So that was like a Jameis Winston type game.
Yeesh.
And speaking of Jameis Winston, man, let me see how many picks did Jameis throw today.
All right, because he's guaranteed to throw a pick.
Oh yeah, he gonna throw at least 1 to 2 picks per game. Jameis, he left the game. I guess they played with somebody else. Jameis threw 3 picks today. Oh my God. 16 for 25, 146, 3 picks. Then they back up. Thompson Robinson came in 4 for 9, 18 yards and a pick. So Cleveland is in disarray. Disarray. Jameis a nice guy and all,
You see him on Hard Knocks, and you
like, oh man, he's a nice guy,
draw
man.
The sympathy strings.
You try to like,
on the
that's
field.
Okay.
Yeesh, where's the famous Jameis at?
You is trash, boy.
Garbaggio.
So then we move on. Cardinals and the Patriots. The Cardinals beat the Patriots 30-17. The Buccaneers they slapped the Chargers 40-17. Baker went crazy. Mike Epps had a great game. Oh, Mike. What is wrong with me and names? Mike Evans. Dang. Mike Epps. Mike Evans had 9 catches, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Baker threw 22 for 27, 288, 4 touchdowns, and a pick.
I was in and out of my naps when I had NFL Red Zone on upstairs in the bed, and I was just letting it play.
Yeah, them 1 o'clock games, I ain't gonna lie, I napped out. I ain't gonna lie, I tried to watch. I was on Red Zone 2 down here on the couch, and I just napped out, bro.
I'm hearing but I did see the end of the Saints game.
Yeah.
And I seen a little bit of the Miami game. And I seen a little bit here and there of the other games.
So the next game, the Eagles and Steelers. Now, that was a good game. I was hoping that the Steelers win that game to kind of create a little separation with the Lions and the Eagles for that number 1 seed. The Eagles won 27-13. And then we got the Bills and the Lions, the game of the week. So we're going to, you guys know, we're here in Detroit. We're Lions fan. I've been a Lions fan since 0-16. Chris Spielman days, Herman Moore, Ray Crockett, Benny Blades, like Barry Sanders, Rodney Peete, Eric Kramer. Like, I've been Wayne Fonts coaching. I've been a Lions fan. Now, all the names I just named is from early 90s, late 80s. You know what I'm saying? So, it's only our second loss of the year, right?
Yeah.
Lions lost 48-42. So, my take from the Lions game. Few things. One thing is Amon-Ra St. Brown had a great game statistically, right? Jared Goff, 38 for 59. He threw the ball 59 times, right?
Yeah.
494 yards.
Almost 500
5
yards.
Touchdowns, no interceptions.
Statistically,
Amazing.
Great.
Amazing.
That's what we want to see from Goff.
I don't have any problems with what Jared Goff did today.
Yeah.
None. He didn't turn the ball over. He made the right plays. It's a couple throws that were like, but I'm not mad at Jared Goff. Montgomery, 5 carries, 4 yards.
Really? He only went 4 yards?
5 carries for 4 yards. I told you when they kept giving him the ball, I'm like, maybe we should give Gibbs the ball.
Oh my! I didn't even realize he didn't get that much.
And I think they were saying something about his knee. So,
yeah, I did hear about that. I left, just so you guys know, I left in the middle of like the third quarter. I didn't see the rest of the third quarter, and I didn't see the fourth quarter because I had stuff that was due today.
Jahmyr Gibbs, eight rushes, 31 yards and a touchdown. But Gibbs was good on he was 5 catches. He had 5 catches, 83 yards and a touchdown. So, he had 2 touchdowns, 1 running, 1 receiving. David Montgomery had 4 catches, 31 yards. Patrick, 4 catches, 30 yards and a touchdown. J-Mo, 3 catches, 37 yards and a score. St. Brown, Laporta had 7 catches for 111 yards, no touchdown, but Laporta was that in between, moving the chains.
Got our boy Skipper.
Yeah, Skipper got a touchdown in there. And then St. Brown, 14 catches, 193 and 1 touchdown.
Statistically, again,
so
great.
St. Brown is my guy, bro. He's our guy, right? Everybody on our team is I don't have a Draymond Green on this team. Like the Warriors, I love the Warriors, but I can't stand Draymond, right? But this team, I don't have that. Lions, I love everybody. It was a play. So we started the game off in the hole. 14-0. They came out, punched us in the mouth, like you said. They came out, they punched us in the mouth.
We started the game 3 and out.
2 3 and out back to back led to them 14-0. Then we got it together after that. So it was 14-0 in the first quarter. Second quarter starts, we score, right? 14-7. I think they scored again, 21-7. We score again, 21-14. We stopped them. They missed the field goal right before halftime. So it's like a minute left. Maybe 2. It's under the 2-minute warning, so it's like less than 2 minutes. We moving down the field.
Momentum is on our side.
Momentum on our side. Crowd hype. We get to that in between area around the 50, 40, 30-yard line, our territory. We get in that little window, and we kind of get stagnant. Third down, we throw it to St. Brown. He is wide too, bro. He dropped it. He's got to make that catch. That's St. Brown. That's not a regular receiver. Right. That's not, a slot receiver that's third string that's trying to get a job. This is Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is our guy. Right. He's our heart and soul, bro. He's got to make that catch. He dropped that. Now, the play before that,
he got stuck.
Yeah. He did. And he dropped the ball. And I blame Jared Goff for putting that ball right there. You got your receiver, blasted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it was an incomplete pass. And he probably bell was still ringing.
Yeah, because that
very next play,
it was
he dropped the ball. And even Jim Nantz, who was commentating, Jim Nance and Tony Romo. I'll get on Tony Romo later.
We gonna talk about that in a second.
But Jim Nance even said, like, I wonder if that hit kind of made him a little, woozy while he dropped that neck.
That hit was
because that pass, if he would have caught that would have been first down. And we would have went down. We probably would have scored on that drive and went into the half 21-21.
Right.
But he dropped it. We missed the field goal. Bates missed the field. It was like a 52-yard, 50
left. Like,
yeah, it wasn't even close.
All the way left.
It was so bad.
It was like, did it get tipped? Did it get kind of blocked?
It was just a horrible kick.
It was so far to the left that it was like,
it was horrible. It went into the stands. Like, it didn't even go on the net. It was so far. It was like, but so 21-14 going into the half. The Bills get the ball coming back out. Now, when the Bills come out, first drive, they punch us in the mouth again. Mm-hmm. Boom. 28-14. Like, dang. Like, we can't stop them.
Couldn't.
Like, they was just moving and moving. I mean, they just ran. Defense, they literally dissected our defense.
Yeah.
And we got a couple injuries. Carlton Davis, he left. Then my man, I forgot his name.
It's McNeil, right? That's his name. McNeil went
down. McNeil left.
Then the one with his ankle.
His ankle. That's what I'm talking about. I forgot his name. Number 30. He's a D-back. His foot turned the whole. That was gruesome. That was gruesome to watch. They was like, yeah, we're only going to show you once. Yeah, don't show me, dog. Right. But
poor guy. He
so he got carted off. So
carted off and everything.
We got some injury, but Buffalo had some injuries too.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a thing that their offensive coordinator just dominated Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Our defensive coordinator. He made him look like, bro, you ain't ready.
You're not ready for
this. You ain't ready for this. It was and then you mix the play calling with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Very talented quarterback.
Josh
Allen.
Guys.
Yeah, man.
Josh Allen.
Dude, I'm not even gonna go that hard on the Bills because they beat both of my teams. They beat us and they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They gave the Chiefs their only loss and they gave us our second loss.
Right.
So they beat the teams to beat. So
right.
you can't do nothing but have respect for them. And then my boy Key from Buffalo, so I'm not even gonna go hard. So Key, just because I got love for you, bro, I'm not gonna go that hard.
We're not gonna go in on the Bills.
I ain't gonna
like
go
that.
in, but I keep my feelings to myself about Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And that just go back before you was even born, my boy, back in the 90s when I was a kid, when they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost each and every one. So, but anyway, so the thing, what I did not like, I think we scored 21. It was 28-21. Mm-hmm. 12 minutes left. Or 35-21. It was something. I forget the score. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dan Campbell decides to kick an onside kick. Now now when Joy Taylor and when, because tomorrow y'all gonna hear it, Joy Taylor gonna be like, see, this is when I told you, when you make those decisions, this is that. She gonna go through that spiel.
Everybody's
then
gonna have.
Nick Wrong gonna be like, see, I told you, Josh Allen, LeBron James and Josh Allen and LeBron James. That's all you gonna hear from Nick Wright, Nick Wrong, and and I can't defend Dan Credit.
Yeah,
I can't defend Dan Campbell.
Right
I can't, because that was a stupid call, bro. I get why you thinking that way, but this is not Madden.
This is not the first game of the season or the second game of the season.
This ain't a video game, bro. You can't just kick. You gotta and I get it. He probably felt like we can't stop the offense. But you just gave them a touchdown.
Yeah. And then when we look at the score now, what the score ended up with.
Yeah. So
it would have been an even closer game.
The bad part about it is when he did the onside kick, one of their, the hands guys, mm-hmm. the kick bounced off the ground, went up high. He tapped it basically to himself and ran all the way down to like the 17-yard line. And then the very next play,
that's when it got
touchdown. It's like y'all gave them a touchdown, man.
That's when I came downstairs. I think the last one that I seen was in the third quarter when they scored sometime in the third quarter. And
they were
was
just
like, I gotta go. I can't watch this.
the Lions were literally this game. Now, this could be a future matchup in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. It could be. And I think if we play them again, like in the Super Bowl with that at stake, it'll be much different.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll lose again. Mm-mm. But this game, they were outmatched.
Yeah.
They looked outmatched. They looked like, what are we going to do on defense?
Yeah.
The defense, they put up 48 points on Aaron Glenn. And it's like our defensive backs look like rookies, bro.
Yeah.
Like Josh Allen's stats, 24 for 34, 362, 2 touchdowns.
So statistically, Jared Goff had the better
Well, he
game.
had more yards and more touchdowns thrown, but Josh Allen was more efficient. He only missed 11 throws.
Okay, yeah. I see
you know what I'm saying? He only had 11 incompletion. Like, it was crazy. It was like every time he threw the ball, it was like game. Dot. I mean, he was surgical.
Yeah.
Like Denzel in Training Day. I'm surgical with this. I mean, and then you got Cook, 14 rushes, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. 14 rushes, 105?
Yeah.
Come on, man. What's that? 8-9 yards a carry. Then you got Josh Allen himself, 11 rushes, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he threw 2 and ran 2. Yeah. So it's like
you couldn't.
There was nothing the Lions defense could have did. But I still feel like that killed us. That onside kick with 12 minutes left. Mm-hmm. Onside kick with 12 minutes left that's not smart.
So let's do the math. If they didn't get that onside kick,
if they would have kicked it and held them to,
so 48 minus 7, 41. We would have won if we would have kept with everything like this.
Right. Let me see. I'm gonna go
we still could have won. I mean, who knows if we got the onside? If we ended up getting the onside kick, and we ran in for a touchdown or whatever. That's a different story. But if you were to take out just the given touchdown, we would have won 42-41.
They just gave them that touchdown, bro. So let's see.
Oh, everybody gonna have something to say tomorrow, man.
So, like I said, the Bills started the game off in the first quarter, 14-0. Right? Mm-hmm. Second quarter, we scored 14, they scored 7. So it was 21-14 going into the half. Coming out the half, we scored again. So it was 21 and they scored 2 times. So it was 35-21. That's when he did the onside kick, 35-21. And it was like, dog, we scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. They only scored 13. But if you take that 7 points away, that's game.
That's game.
That killed it. Mm-hmm. That and that Amon-Ra St. Brown drop.
And that turnover that he did. Remember it was
he fumbled too. I forgot about that.
He fumbled.
He did fumble. Yeah. That was costly, man. Yeah. I mean, I think that only led to a field goal, but that still was, that still sucked the momentum out.
3 points, yeah.
Pause. But yeah, man, that's like we can't
make mistakes like that with the team
elite
like
teams.
The Bills.
Yeah, like the Bills. The Bills are elite, bro. No doubt about it. No matter if I like Josh Allen or not, I think Josh Allen is a great talent, right? I think he's great, but I just don't like the hype that surrounds him. I don't like the people that blows him up. Yeah, like Tony Romo.
Oh my God.
You could probably count how many times he said Josh Allen. And
you can't count how many times he said Josh Allen.
You'll be like, is that his girl? Like, I mean, we had the ball. And he was like, see, if Josh Allen, like, hold on, dog. Josh Allen ain't even got the ball right now. We talking about the Lions.
Right.
Like, but that's that media perpetuating who they want, showing their bias.
Yes.
Right? They showing, we don't want the Lions to win. Josh Allen is the great white hope. We want him to win, man.
It was subtle jabs all night throughout the commentary. Like, okay, we get it. You're a big Josh Allen fan.
Yeah, right?
You're a huge Josh Allen fan.
Romo said that against Goff, when Goff missed that screen to Jahmyr Gibbs, a 10-year-old could have made that. Like, okay, Romo. Yeah. How many rings you got, Romo?
Right.
Who you get your spot ran by? Right? Mr. get 10,000 yards in the season and can't do nothing in the playoffs? Like, get out of here, man. Tony Romo, man.
But that next play, that's when we got a touchdown.
Yeah.
And he was like, can a 10-year-old do that?
Yeah. Can a 10-year-old do that, Romo?
No, like, but it was subtle things like that throughout the whole, and that
jabs,
was my problem, because it was like, okay, as just a watcher of the game, right? Anybody, you're watching your team play, the last thing you need to hear when your team is losing is biased commentary like that.
Yeah, man, that was whack. I didn't like that either.
It was subtle jabs, and it was just, and I felt like, who was commentating with him?
Jim Nantz.
He was trying to clean it up so much.
Yeah,
every
Jim
time
Nantz is a consummate professional. He's a professional.
Every time Tony Romo was saying something slick or just talking mostly about the Bills.
Yeah, Nantz was trying to keep the balance.
Trying to clean it up. And even Romo even stated, he's like, yeah, I haven't even realized I haven't really been talking about the Lions right now. It was like the second quarter. And I was like, see?
Go kick rocks, Romo.
Oh, my God. But that's our NFL rundown. That's our Lions talk.
Lions talk. Hey, man, we still in it. Hey,
yes.
We ain't jumped off the ship. We're not, and
I think if we was
gonna lose, I think this is the game to lose. So we can go to the drawing board, we can reset, fix some things, make some adjustments. We can look at the silver lining in taking this loss. Sometimes taking the loss is needed, so you can bounce back.
I mean, the Bills just lost, and we were that next game up.
Yeah, and then the Bills, like you said, the Bills just lost after putting up 42 points against the Rams. They lost to the Rams. So, and then the Rams turn around and on empty just win by field goals.
It's a game. It's just
any
crazy.
Given Sunday, bro.
Any given Sunday. So, with that, now that we wrap that up, let's quickly talk about. Right, that's our NFL rundown. Let's talk about some new and exciting news coming up with Munir. If you guys don't know, Munir has a movie coming out while you were sleeping.
Short film.
Yes, short film. Go ahead and take it away.
So while you were sleeping, and it features. It's basically a short film. That's really revolving around motivating creators to create, right? Create at all costs is a theme of it. And if you guys I hope you haven't been under some rock. But if you're not familiar with Munir, is they're a retail boutique experience under the Whitaker Group umbrella. It's more high-end materials there. And Munir itself is a brand itself. It's not just a retail space. But they have a few Munir stores. They have one in Houston, one in Atlanta, one is one opening up in Harlem, and there's one in DC, and I think that's it. No, I don't think Carolina has an Alma spot. I know they have Social Status. That's where the Social Status flagship store is in Atlanta, Carolina. But with that being said, DC. I said DC, didn't I? Yeah. So with that being said, y'all know my dog James. He's the owner, founder, creator of Alma, the Whitaker Group, Social Status. It's my dog. He put together, him and his team. I'm not going to just give James all the credit because he has an amazing team that works with him. They put together a short film. And this short film is to invigorate creators, to create at all costs, to not conform to the cookie cutter standard, right? Like we were talking about earlier with Complex. And it's not a shot at Complex. I'm just using that as an example of what we were talking about. But it's, to really motivate us as creatives, whatever vein, whatever conduit of creativity that you're in, is to rebel against the norm. Create at all costs, be you, understand your why, obsess details, things like that. So this short film is filming in a few different spots. So I'll tell you guys, I think the RSVP is already full.
'cause there
They
were limited spaces,
yes,
and you had to
it is
register
very
to
limited.
go.
You have to register, um, and I'll tell you the spaces in 1 second. So the premiere itself, here are the dates. So you got the global premiere. It was what was the 12th? 3 days ago. What was that?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So the global premiere was this past Thursday in London, right? And that's so dope, man. So that was the initial launch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the duration of the short film. I don't know if it's an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
But it's not your regular feature film type of
right. It's
movie.
It's not like a movie,
right?
Like but it's a short film. That's what it's described as. So, and it's written by the Turner brothers. And it says a Whitaker Group story. So, an Amamanier film. So then we got the North America premiere, which is Tuesday in Harlem at the Apollo Theater, and also Tuesday in Atlanta, DC, Houston, and it says Harlem again on there. And then the 18th through the 25th, that whole week, you got it in LA at the this Cine Lounge Sunset. You familiar with that place in LA?
Cine Lounge. No, I've never heard of that.
Cine Lounge Sunset. So that's your showing. So you got it says registration is now open. Capacity is strictly limited and registration is required to attend the screening. So tickets accessible through the Cine Lounge Sunset box office. And then you got
for LA.
Yeah, that's for LA. So again, LA is the 18th through the 25th. That whole week in LA. And then you got Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Houston, and Harlem are the 17th. And then the premiere in Harlem is at the Apollo. So
there's
which
probably
is dope.
two different
it probably
places
is
in Harlem then.
It probably is. So that's dope though. Mm-hmm. That's super dope. So looking forward to that. That's gonna be really, really, really cool. I should have a nice little surprise for y'all by our next episode. I'll have something for y'all.
So as a question, how do you think that the film will tie into Amamanir's like brand ethos and its connection to the sneaker culture?
And see, that's the key. And that's what I really want to see. I want to see how because they just had this launch that tied to the movie. The While You Were Sleeping launch had 7 sneakers. Mm-hmm. And I think the world knows now that 7th sneaker is the Chuck Taylors with the Nike check on it. Mm-hmm. So we all know that Converse is under the Nike umbrella. So, but for James to put a Nike check on Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
That dude, man. I love that guy, man. But, I think to have that, the 7 shoes, I want to see how that tie in. Mm-hmm. And I'm really going into this thing really green. Yeah. I don't know, but we will see. Mm-hmm. We will see. If you know, we will see.
I'm excited to see.
Wink, wink.
I'm excited to see what the Turner brothers will.
Yeah, Turner brothers, and they did work with them too. I think the Turner brothers did the dunks. I think the lunch with Social Status.
Okay.
I think they did those. And I want to say, no, I think Dreadhead did the
I know I've seen
because Khalil
Lloyd
did the Mac Attacks.
Mac Attacks, right?
He did that. Lloyd Visuals.
Mm-hmm. I know I've seen his name
The Turner
somewhere.
brothers did something else.
And it's going to come to me after we're done with this podcast.
I know, right? It's either the free lunch. They did either the free lunch or they did the penny release, the playground, mm-hmm. and that. Yeah. But they've worked with James before, so. But this time they're extending a film, a short film.
Do you think this opens a new market for other companies to join in on something? This could be something. This could be the start of something.
And I think, and I hope it is, because mm-hmm. it's really giving life to storytelling mm-hmm. that's connected to, because you think about it, man. we in a space now where money is tight. The world, I mean, even people that got really good jobs or that's rich, money is tight.
Right.
So people not out here just spending money, shelling out, thousands of dollars in these retail spaces like that.
And the last thing that company need to be is tone deaf.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing that James is not, and his team is not tone deaf. They're very cognizant of the culture, the community, and, their initiatives and things of that sort. So I feel like the storytelling and the experience means more than retail, right? Mm-hmm. Like James said, he hates that word retail. He hates that. So it's like he's giving an experience. Him and his team, they're giving us as supporters, as people who love their product, or people who supports what they're doing, giving us a story, right? Giving us an experience. Think of another brand that's going to give you experience.
Right.
See, like, think about it. Like,
they might have great marketing techniques.
Yeah.
They may make you feel like you are quote unquote part of something.
Yep.
But really this bridges that gap of like, okay, you're part of this community, but also I'm going to make it where you can see yourself being represented in this community.
Yep.
So I really do think it opens a lot of doors. I think it will definitely be something that other companies can look to as inspiration for what they're doing in their marketing areas. So I'm excited to see what it's all about, and I'm really excited for it.
And the film features the homie Aria Hughes, again, works for Complex, and she was a journalist for Complex. I don't know if she still is now, but I think she is. So I don't want to put it out there, but Aria is so dope. She's so cool. She was at BFF here in Detroit. She did a really, really dope interview with James maybe a few weeks before BFF, which was dope, which was that interview where James came out the darkness and just kind of put things in its proper place.
What was this quote when he's like, "I'm not reformed"? Or no, is that what he said in that? It was
I forgot. He was like, "I ain't reformed from the hood" or some junk. I forgot what he said, but I remember. Yeah, that interview.
Yeah, it was that interview.
So yeah, so I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good for the culture. I think it's really good for James and his team to see them really like
pioneer something new. I think this is something new.
Yeah. Like really go against the grain.
Yeah.
Like it's just not about sales.
Right.
Right. Like, so it's really infused. I can't wait to see what it's about.
Yeah.
The contents and, so like I said, Aria is in there. Bimma is in there. Frank Cooker, he made a cameo. J Tips made a cameo in there. I don't know how deep their parts are going to be, but again, these are all creators that's in that sneaker world, in the footwear industry.
And look how
that's
easily
doing their thing.
He could have just gotten some actors, regular actors, to play those parts. Which I'm pretty sure there is going to be actors in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But to be able to extend that invitation to people like Bimma and J Tips and Aria and people who are putting in the work for the culture. That, like I said, he's pioneering something new.
Yeah, it's definitely something new.
And we'll
see.
We'll see.
We definitely will see.
All right. Well, that wraps up.
Hold on. Before we wrap up, I would like to give a special shout out to the homie Gabby.
Oh, okay.
Over at Exhibition.
Yeah.
Gabby Exhibition had an event this past Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. And Gabby sent me an invite. I went. It was dope. I met, again, it was a networking opportunity where I met a few new people, man. Shout out to my man Jimmy, man. Dope photographer that's here in the local area. I seen my boy Rick Williams. Rick, dope guy, man. Salute to Rick. Rick, he does a lot here in Detroit. He's the co-owner and creator, founder of Burn Rubber with Ro. Him and Ro are co-owners or whatever have you with Burn Rubber 218. But I think 218 is all Ro. but Rick and Roll is Burn Rubber. So I don't know. I don't know when it comes to those logistics. But shout out to Rick and his wife. It was nice to see them. They was having a great time, man. It was out there dancing. It was crazy. Who else, man? Oh, my man Clue. My dog Clue. My dog Daryl, man. Hey, man. Clue is my guy, man. I love that guy, man. So, Clue, if you see this dog, man, I love you, bro. That dude, man, we had a good time, man. Shout out to Amir, man. She was out there, you know, doing her thing, too. She's a fellow DJ, so she was out there gathering some intel. You know, we was talking about that. So, she's dope, man. She's from Virginia. And, you know, I went to high school out in Virginia, so we had, like, you know, little moments where we was kicking it. So she's super cool, super dope, man. And plus she was at the Future Forward meeting, the initial one here in Detroit. So it's all a big melting pot. You
had Brianna White.
Brianna was there too. Shout out to Brianna, man. Stay tapped in with her, man. Brianna make a lot of noise in the culture, bro. She out here doing her thing, bro.
Her work is amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Her portraits is like,
and then she's so like cool, bro, and accessible. Like she be like, yeah, what up, though? You know, like she just cool, bro. I love people like that, man. That don't take themselves too serious and don't think like they're on this. Cause you know what, man, your boy out here making a name for himself, and I could really act a certain way, right? But I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to put people business out there, man. People hit me up and ask me for advice. People hit me up and ask me for equipment.
And that's what we're here for.
And that's what we're here for, man. I don't take and I want that. I want people to look at me and be like, hey, I can talk to this guy because I'm paying it forward. So many people did that for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shout out to my dog Crew, my man Crew. He gave me a lot of info when I was trying to start this up about equipment, you know, camera, lighting, all that, man. Crew gave me a whole list of what he has. Right. Now, I can't afford what he has, but it was like, it put me in that mind state like, oh, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Crew. Shout out to so many, man. Shout out to James. Shout out to Bimma. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my soul brothers, man. You know, my man Mo with Unboxed App. Shout out to Gabe. Jay Will, you know what I mean? Dwayne, you know what I'm saying? My dog Joe, man. Like, shout out to so many people that like pour into me, man. You know what I'm saying? And really charge me.
And always have their doors open where we don't feel like, oh man, I can't.
I'm imposing.
No, they
never.
You know, so shout out to
and I went on that tangent because Brianna is like that, dog. She's so dope, but she's like up there, bro. Right. Like she making moves, man. Oh, shout out to Erica too. Erica was there at the event. You know, the homie Erica, she was there. So it was really dope. So thank you so much, Gabby, for shout out to my dog LJ. Can't forget LJ. Right. That's my guy. Can't forget LJ, man. But and then, you know, KP, photographer, man, everybody, bro. Everybody there was so dope. And it's just always good to be in those spaces where it's not about it's all a bunch of creatives just trying to have a good time. And you know, and wasn't nobody there belligerent, drunk. It wasn't no hard liquor there. It was like champagne. You know, people do their thing on the side, but at the event itself, it was champagne. I had a few glasses of champagne and, you know, hung out for a minute, mostly kicked it with Clue and Jimmy and Amira, and then, you know, kicked it with Gabby. We talked some business. So we got some business to take care of. That's coming up in the new year. Same with Clue. Got some business coming up in the new year. So, you know what I mean? We just working, man. We just out here working, networking, cultivating and nurturing these relationships that we have and, you know, widening out our portfolio and just growing. And we're making a difference, man. We like, with me being out and being in these spaces, people are starting to recognize, you know, like, oh,
wait, weren't you that guy?
You know, so we starting to get to that level locally, man. And we gonna keep it moving, man. We just gonna keep working. So, but shout out to everybody at Exhibition, and all the young ladies that work there too. I forgot some of their names. They told me, but
look, it's going off. After
but shout out to everybody, man. I'm bad with names when I first meet you.
Right.
Once you become familiar with me and I'm dealing with you, then you will never be forgotten, like your name. But when I first meet a person, I'm bad with that. I'll be like, what is your name again?
Yeah.
You know, so. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all. That'll be it.
So to recap our podcast here today, we talked about the Legend Blues. We talked about upcoming releases that you guys keep your eye out for.
Travis, Velvet Browns, 10.5. Look out for your boy.
We talked about the Bimma Williams sneaker collab, top 10s, and our thoughts are the NBA tournament and why we feel the viewership is down.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on that. And, you know, that was a bulk of the show, talking about the NBA and where it's at, because I'm such a huge basketball fan. Y'all don't understand. Like, I'm older now, you know, I got a little gut now, but I've been hitting the gym, so it ain't that big no more. But, you know, I'm a hooper, man, that's who I am, my DNA. And so when I get to a point now where I'm barely watching games.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Like, you remember I used to watch games, the Vancouver Grizzlies versus the Toronto Raptors. Like, when it was like the trashest games, I'm watching all 48 minutes.
Yeah.
But now the game is it's just the product ain't that good right now, man. So it's only certain games that I watch now, and I just look at the scores for the rest.
Right. And then we also talked about some NFL highlights, our Lions. We got them next time, boys.
We good, y'all.
And we talked about
12 and 2.
Short film movie premiere of Mama Near
While You Were Sleeping.
So,
can't wait for that.
If you guys really enjoyed this episode, please make sure to give us a like, a thumbs up, follow us on Instagram, follow us here on our podcast here on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And on YouTube. So be sure you guys tap in, leave us some comments, leave us some feedbacks.
And always and then always remember, y'all, I am very approachable. Y'all can reach out and contact, and I want to hear y'all take. You know, let me know what y'all looking forward to picking up before the end of the year, because this the end of the year, really. The Travis is the last thing, unless y'all like the Wizard of Oz dunks or the, you know, it's a couple other things that's out that we named, or the Blueberry 12s. You know, it might be something that you want to add to your collection. Go ahead and comment it down below. Let me know what y'all think of the NBA, man. Maybe I'm too old school. Maybe it's exciting to a lot of people that we just don't know. And again, to put things in context, I'm not saying the entire league. I'm not saying every game is boring. I'm not saying every player is tainted by money. I am saying the majority is, and there's very few, right? And the very few that's dope is your Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, you know, LeBron, your Giannis, Dame Lillard, you know, LaMelo Ball is having a great year. He averaging 31 a game.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't even know because I'm not even watching.
Yeah, see, LaMelo. Now, I still keep in touch. Like, I still got my thumb. I just don't watch the games no more because the games are boring. Right? So, but anyway, y'all comment. Y'all comment down below. Let me know, man. And then, you know, again, shout out to Bimma. And if you in one of them cities, I forgot to add While You Were Sleeping. They did add Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, did they?
They added Columbus, Ohio. I think it's the 22nd. I don't know, but tap in with the Whitaker Group. I'm Aminir on their social sites. I'm about to say social status. Their social networks, and they should have the dates on there, but they did just add the Columbus, Ohio showing. So I think that's the 22nd, because I was talking to Ike Friday night, and Ike was saying he thinking about going there. You know, he in Chicago. So he said he thinking about going there. That's the closest one to him. So, but anyway, guys, make sure y'all tap in, man. We going to continue to grow. We going, like I said, this is the beginning of season 2. As we get more deeper in season 2, we're going to have some dope guests. We're going to have some dope conversations with these guests, man. And we just going to keep growing, y'all. That's all. And we're going to have fun doing it, right? What you think?
Absolutely. All right. That one's in the books, guys. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
See y'all on the next one. Always remember, man, to keep making noise until somebody hear you. And I guarantee you, they going to hear you, man. They going to hear you. And when they do hear you, stay ready. So you never have to get ready. You feel me? So I love y'all so much, man. And always remember, too, proximity matters. Proximity matters. Recognize the moment, get in those spaces, and do you, and flourish and shine. I love y'all. We'll see y'all next week, next Monday, 5 p.m. UFG Podcast. Love y'all, man.
Like what you heard? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share with your friends. Stay tuned for more on the UFG Podcast. And remember, keep making noise until somebody hears you.